Hey all, this is Qesankh for Project Illuminated, and today I want to talk real briefly about this new TV show that just came out on ABC called Blackish. And there's been a lot of buzz on the social media channels about it. People are talking about it, whether it really makes fun of African Americans, or is it really a show that kind of follows in the footsteps of The Cosby Show. So let me give you some insight into what's going on here. First and foremost, I'll say that the show, it's probably more likely degrading African Americans. But you have to understand this, and this is just my perspective on racism itself, that when we look at racism, we have to understand it's a constructed concept, meaning it was created. It's not organic, meaning if you understand who you are and by nature you are divine, and that you have consciousness or free will, you're not born with any predetermined likes or dislikes. You're pretty much born as a clean slate, and it's through your existence on the physical plane that you pick up your tendencies to go left or right, like this or like that, which is why we create the division between the person and your true self. The person has tendencies of likes and dislikes, whereas the true self is free of those emotional biases. So racism, which, as I said before, is not an organic concept, was really created by the Illuminati to cause division and separation and polarization. So if you understand that, and you understand that the media is working for and on behalf of the Illuminati, so the shows they put out are merely propaganda to further instill a type of value system in the American population and globally as well. And that is operating at a low vibrational frequency, which is separation, greed, the idea that you need to acquire more things. So keep that in mind. Now, this whole thing about that television show Blackish, and what's really going on there is that you find that to me, I call it the Wizard of Oz concept, meaning that these TV shows put out ideas about African Americans which basically manipulate both parties, black and white. It puts out a false idea of the lifestyle and who African Americans truly are to white people so that they buy into that. And they also propagate a non-progressive mentality for blacks to try and follow. Now, pay close attention to what I'm saying here. What I'm trying to get at is that there is a third party involved. See, with racism, we tend to either blame one or the other. Well, it's black people's fault, or it's white people's fault. So there becomes that, again, that polarization. Meanwhile, the third party, the hidden hand, is behind the scenes manipulating both. Do you understand what I mean by that? So what we need to do is pull back the curtain and say, here's who's really manipulating all the pieces on the chessboard. So this idea of racism and pointing the finger at one and the other when we're missing the true parties who are involved and who is the real manipulator behind it all. So when we look at these TV shows being put out for the purposes of mass propaganda, it is being put out for the purposes of miseducating and misforming both black and white, so that the third party can benefit off this polarization and this hatred and division. Because the key point you have to keep in mind is the Illuminati operates on separatization, keeping people fighting amongst each other. If you look at what they're doing in Africa and parts of the Middle East, is having different factions of Islam fight amongst each other. It's all Islam. What is the deal here? So that's what we're facing. So keep that in mind when we're examining these new shows that are coming out, or whatever, that this racism thing involves a third party that is really the mastermind behind it all. So this is Qesankh for Project Illuminated, and that's all for now.